Hey, Lisa. Hey, everybody.
Hey, Tammy. Hey, everybody.
How's everyone doing today? Thank you, Penny, for coming, and good to see you, Diana. I never know if it's Diana or Deanna, so correct me if I'm wrong.
Hello.
Looks like they're both listening while they're doing stuff. Good job on getting the stuff done.
Yeah,
Yeah, there is a
do
lot
it
of
stress
stress.
free.
There is a lot of stress. I thought this would be a great conversation considering, there's like, I don't know, war all over the world and
Oh, oh,
gardens being started amidst, right? You have like the I don't know, dog and pony show going on internationally. And then you've got your own household and you've got your own stuff. You've oh, so it's Deanna. Okay. Nice to see you, Deanna. Thank you for correcting me. Hey Carol, good to see you. And then you've got
hello.
your house stuff and you've got your garden that's going on, your skills that you're working on. And never mind if you also work full time, right? There's so much that is expected of us, and when we think of stress, it's not even just the those kinds of things. It even includes environment. It includes, what kind of stress is your body going through, not just mentally, but could be physically. It could be related to weather, which we were blessed this last week, Lisa, because we had some tornadoes here in our little town.
Oh, gosh.
All the way down the road we live on, you see trees completely pulled up by their roots and broken branches and everything. And we didn't have anything but a couple small things.
Oh, gosh.
Deanna
I'm
said it's been
sorry to hear that.
mispronounced my entire life. I don't have that challenge, but Tammy is just not as fancy as Deanna.
Neither is Lisa.
That's true. That's true, Lisa. Our names never get mispronounced.
But here, Deanna, let me tell you this. My my last name is so easy and they can't handle it. So I get it. It's
um,
ridiculous.
yeah. So I thought it would be great to chat about this because, in our efforts to stay prepared and to make sure we're on top of everything, I think it's good to do it, to recognize stress, to recognize what it does to our bodies. Even toxins like heavy metals and
Hmm.
things like that come from those, you know, the easy skillets, easy cleaning ones, the Teflon. It comes from that too. So there's all kinds of talk. Never mind our food. If we happen to eat processed food, there's another toxin that puts a stress on our bodies.
And perception is
Oh my,
everything.
yes, yes, Lisa. Isn't that the truth? I
I
work for,
know it. Hey, Penny. Yeah, I agree.
yeah.
Yeah, same here. Same
Mm-hmm.
here. And
Yep.
now I just not happening.
Hey, Devin, good to see you.
Stress and drama free. Hey, our new land.
Huh. That's an interesting story, Deanna.
Yeah. Well, that's see, the problem is our society
Uh huh.
teaches
Mm-hmm.
us
Hey, Heather.
to thrive on it.
Yeah.
And the problem is it's doing us a disservice.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like we were told lies, if you ask me. We
Mm-hmm.
talk about that all the time, the fact that
Mm-hmm.
we were told, "Work hard, move up the ladder," all that
Yeah.
stuff, and, what
Yep.
does it get you? Well, it's
Mm-hmm.
not good.
Hey, Aiden here.
"Hey, Near. Hey, Heather. Milk and honey."
I had to pause on something yesterday because I was speaking with somebody who's not necessarily in my immediate circle, so I don't see this person very often. And I was mentioning how, in Arizona, it's very much, you're really, I grew up being encouraged to go to college, get a degree, right? And all of these things. And I noticed it didn't seem like, not that I know a lot of people that well that have children that are in high school, but the ones that I have come across, it didn't seem like it was much of a goal. And I'm like, gosh, they need to do something about, encouraging these kids to go to college. I'm thinking what I grew up hearing, and obviously I have a degree. And I I asked this person about that because she's got high school kids and she's been involved in the school activities and things. And I'm like, so I never hear any kids talking about going to college. Is that not a thing here? Like, we should get more industry in Missouri. Like, there's not really industry here. Like, what's happening with all of this? I'm a little disconnected, but I was curious. And I've got my husband knocking on the wall. Sorry, guys. Okay, hello. Um,
He's like, keep it down in there.
he looks like he's trying to. Oh, he's watering for me. That's what he's doing. He sprayed the window. I said, honey, could you please water the garden for me while I work? I think they might be thirsty. But the response that she gave me, Lisa, was, well, they're going to go to college, what, and end up owing $100,000,
Or
and I was
more.
like, or more. And I paused and I listened. No, the thing is, it doesn't matter who you talk to, guys. It doesn't matter what they do for a living. It doesn't matter. You need to stop and listen because everybody has pearls.
Yep.
Everybody's got pearls. And so I was very thoughtful when she said that. It really made me think. She's like, yeah. And she's like, nowadays too, you hear from these big companies and they're hiring people based on certificates that they have from a university instead of a degree. And then I
Right.
stop and I think about, what my degree is, and then the people that I work alongside of and their background and what their degrees are. I actually know somebody in the industry who doesn't even have a degree.
Right.
She's an MA. And I so went back to your comment, Lisa, about sometimes we're lied to. We create stress around goals and things that we need to do, and we really need to stop and think. Like, I can remember people trying to say, are you going to get your master's? And I'm like, no, I'm not getting my master's. I'm still going to school, guys, but I'm going to school because I want to be a registered herbalist. I want to get my registered herbalist designation. And it might not make a lot of money. Matter of fact, I don't expect it to make me anything, to be honest, but it's a passion that I have.
Yeah.
And it's true. Like, we have to question what we're told. And I
Hey,
went off
Danny.
on
Hey,
a tangent,
Mannion.
but I had to share that because I thought that was we are in a different time. And with AI, there's a lot of talk about jobs that are going to be taken from people that are doing computer work. And it makes you wonder, are they going to take jobs from,
Well,
what many of
I
those
saw
degrees are not going to be worth anything?
the sad part about AI. The sad
Mhm.
part is obviously the fact that it can copy things and make it look real. I mean,
Mhm.
some of it you can tell, some of it you can't.
Yeah.
That's
Hmm.
the scary part.
I'm so tired of hearing anybody else seeing the computer fat lady that gets skinny. I am so
No.
tired of seeing that. There is a computer lady who's, a little bit of a chunkadunk, and she puts a little tape or something on her leg. She's like, I'm skinny, I'm skinny. And then it shows her getting thinner and thinner. I'm like, oh, you don't even know. You can't even eat food. Just stop.
Yeah, I mean, but the other thing that really scares me is younger generations that are relying on ChatGPT for
Hmm.
their information, and their information is often wrong,
Yes, yes. Hey,
and that's
Jamie and Mary.
scary.
Mm-hmm. It is. I'll tell you another one that kind of makes me a little crazy is when you see like it's all over, like, Pinterest. I don't do Instagram, but I'm suspecting it might be there too, just
It
because of
is.
the nature, where you have like a little pictograph and you've got all of these little things on there of an herb. And I have to put this to the herb wise, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, I see things on rosemary or licorice, and I'm like, I know those both can raise your blood pressure. And I'm like, they say all these wonderful things, and that's all fine and dandy, but even journal articles, if they're not written in like a medical journal article, they're vetted when they end up in there. You got to go to the
Yes.
source and go to the clinical trial. But the reels of garden makeovers, and they're beautiful, but most can't do it. Yeah. Well,
Uh,
and nowadays they're not even real, Heather.
Heather, if anyone can tell you that that someone breaks all the rules, packs in the stuff in the garden, and they're not great and they don't look beautiful, me. They still produce.
Lisa, you produce a lot.
Yeah, but again, not beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
It's simply, you know,
Mm-hmm.
growing.
Growing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I thought that stress would be a good thing for us to chat about because there's so many things going on, and I think that we need to be aware of how it impacts us
Yeah.
and the importance and impacts it can have on our body. I
Agreed. And
mean,
I think the biggest thing is like just realize that your perception has a
mhm,
lot to do with it, right?
yeah,
Because some people suffer from stress worse than others, and it's
yeah,
because of how they look at it.
yeah, mhm,
Um, so like I used to get overwhelmed with stuff in a previous life,
mhm,
and a lot of it had to do with my perception, right? Because it was just
yeah,
too frantic for me
yeah,
to do all that and stuff.
mhm,
And now it's okay, it'll get done when it gets done. And if it's
yeah,
behind, there's no harm, no foul.
yeah,
And that difference in perception, right, without the
mhm,
pressure
yeah,
looks a lot different.
yep,
My neighbor, bless his heart, the poor he's such a sweet man. He he could take a venomous snake and turn it
mhm.
into the most positive experience. And it's really he's got low stress, right?
Mhm,
And
yeah,
it's because he
because of
is
his
sitting
perception.
there thinking, "Well, hey, life is good, we're okay, and stuff
Yeah,
happens."
yeah.
Whereas we're like, "Oh my gosh, I can't handle this snake," and
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that reminds me of a poem I heard recently from a different perspective. And I'll have to tell you off screen. Anybody else been hearing something about the snake poem?
No.
The snake poem that was told when, the current you know,
The
chief,
picture?
the current chief of the country, the
Yeah.
poem that he told.
Oh,
Do you remember it?
no. I'm gonna look it up.
You'll have to look it up. And
That's right, Marianne.
he was using it in one way, but I don't know, the way that it got turned was like, oh my goodness, just an interesting little thing. So everybody, you can all go look that up and then make your own assessment.
Yep.
Just so you know, I vote independent.
Yeah.
I don't throw myself on either side. I don't think there's either group I'd really want to be that closely attached to be honest. But
I'm sorry. I'm totally looking at it. Oh, what you got?
I won this mug from Gail's Southern Living, and isn't that the cutest little thing? Couch with got a little guitar on there,
Oh,
and
I
it's
love it.
yeah, yeah. It's my mug for the day. I like it too. Like I could probably have soup in this if I wanted to.
Yeah.
Are you looking it
Um,
up, Lisa?
yeah.
Did you see it?
I I looked at it quick. Yeah, if you Google snake poem and the president's name, you'll find it. Um, Marianne, I really like that you said our perception is our reality
It is.
because it really is. And that's the thing. Your perception will cause your body to feel like it's under stress. So like a
Mhm,
lot of people struggle with anxiety, right?
mhm.
Anxiety is your body responding in survival mode
Yeah,
to a stressor that your brain has created.
yeah. Oh, can we talk about this?
Go
And
ahead.
don't let me forget because there's another thing I want to mention, guys. If we have a grid down, if we have a true like SHTF situation, we need to not only be aware of our own stress, but we need to be aware of other people's stress. And Marianne brings up an excellent point.
Yep,
Perception's not only your reality. My perception's my reality.
that's right.
Henceforth, everybody's perception is their reality. And it's, it's one thing that we all have to keep in mind, because if somebody is afraid of you, that could potentially make them dangerous. I'm just saying.
True story.
But when you feel stress, I'm going to break down some science here for you guys, because I did this on my herbal study hall, and I'm going to make it real brief here, though, and I'm not going to provide as many details. But we've all heard about the fight or flight syndrome, and that's what stress does to you. There's a couple of different pathways in your body that it does this. One of those is the HPA pathway, which is your hypothalamus pituitary axis. And the other one is an SAS pathway, which is a sympathoadrenal system. Okay. So one involves your adrenals, one's your noggin, and your pituitary system.
Noggin. Love it.
And what happens is these pathways are responsible for a bunch of stuff. So, like, your hypothalamus is responsible for all kinds of things, regulating your body weight. Just notice the energy I put in that word. I am fat because I've been stressed, y'all. That's what it is. No, it's more than that. It has a lot to do with food. But it also regulates your body temperature, the fluids. It regulates your electrolytes.
Yeah.
All of this stuff that's going on, right? Well, when you go into fight or flight mode, your hypothalamus immediately rings a bell, right, in your brain, and it says, "Guys, we have an emergency. Quit doing all your normal stuff." It impedes your digestion at that moment. So a lot of people can have stomach problems, which, begins a cascade of events. But it results in the adrenaline and your cortisol. Those are like your two biggest bad guys. I mean, and there's a lot of steps in between this that I shared on my herbal study hall, but basically it results in adrenal and cortisol levels going like through the roof. And then you know what happens? That's when you have your functions of the body, regulated blood pressure, your cardiovascular health. They're now helping your immune system, or helping this fight or flight to fight off whatever the danger is. Could be infection, could be inflammation, could be too much noise in the room. It's going to be elevated to address those things. And did you know at the same time it starts breaking down muscle proteins? So you know how protein builds muscle? When muscle
Yeah.
breaks down, it releases amino acids into your bloodstream.
Yeah.
And this causes you to have blood sugar raised, which prevents you from losing weight.
Yeah.
And it also results in other body tissues decreasing their use of glucose for fuel. So that's how you end up kind of chubby dub. Okay. That's what it can do to a person. So it's normally highest, your cortisol is normally highest at 6 to 8 in the morning, and it's supposed to be lowest at midnight. But then you've got people that are on their screens, they're watching all kind of stuff. Hey, Homesteader Rachel, good to see you. And hello, Rebecca. Thank you all for coming. So this excess cortisol also suppresses your immune system. It makes you more likely to get sick. It interferes with your sleep, your digestion, your sex hormones, therefore your relationships, your circulation. And symptoms of excess cortisol are, you ready? There's a list. Make sure you don't forget any. Anxiety, hypertension, sex hormone imbalance, insulin resistance, obesity, osteoporosis, insomnia, and POCD, polycystic ovarian syndrome. And too little, that's for excess cortisol. And I won't get into the too little cortisol because that's more of a therapeutic kind of indication.
Right.
So just saying, you get stressed out, it's doing a lot more than just, irritating you or getting on your nerves. It's literally
It's
making you sick.
so here's the thing that I always used to tell people when I was working, and that is, if you're standing on a sidewalk and an 18-wheeler is heading towards you and going to hit you, your body reacts, right? Now,
Yeah.
your body reacts appropriately
Mhm.
if it's coming towards you.
Mhm.
Stress is standing on that sidewalk and your body reacts like an 18-wheeler is gonna hit you,
Mhm.
but it's not.
Mhm. You've all seen those people.
Right.
I've seen
So,
people.
yeah, I mean, that's your body is reacting the same way,
Yeah,
but it's
internally.
reacting to an internally created,
Mhm.
um, danger versus
Yeah,
a true danger, but your
that
body
makes
reacts the same
sense.
way, and that's why you get exhausted, right?
Mhm.
Because your body is reacting to fight or flight and ready to
Yeah.
go.
Do you know that most heart attacks occur between 6 a.m. and noon? And the reason for this is because people get out of bed too quickly. And I watched this whole thing on this. I thought this was really fascinating because I've been studying cardiac herbs. And there's what they say is your alarm goes off. Well, it triggers your cortisol.
Right?
It triggers your fight or flight response.
Right?
Your blood pressure is the lowest when you're sleeping. Okay. So picture a nice, easy, picture like when the water's like glass and you're on the lake. Or if you're a river person, like, the river's just flowing real smooth, right? Flowing real smooth. Along the walls of the river, that's where all the gunk collects, right? That's where you find your crawdads and you find other little debris along the sides of the river. Your vessels are the same way. So if you wake up to your alarm, you hit that sucker, and you immediately jump on your feet, you're also dehydrated at that time of the day. Your water goes from flowing slowly to all of a sudden your blood is pumping. When it
Yep.
does that, it can dislodge maybe some plaque that was otherwise very stable in your vessels,
I'm afraid to
or
go to bed now.
a clot, right? And then in those next 6 hours, people end up having a heart attack. Heart attacks most often occur 6 a.m. to noon. So change your alarm. You know what my alarm on my phone is? It's wind chimes. I got rid of the bonk, bonk, like the obnoxious alarm a long time ago. If you have to wake up to an alarm, I encourage you to make it something more peaceful because that can help start your day. And when you're getting out of bed, don't just, the worst thing you can do is have your alarm go off, wake up, ticked off, and jump to your feet. That is the worst thing you could do for your health. You could very likely end up being a statistic.
I
Just
hate
saying.
any alarm, but I have to wake up to it or I'll sleep forever.
I do. I hate an alarm. What are we missing in the chat? Physical therapy, exercise. Oh, that's good, Rebecca.
Devin was giving her a hard time. He just
I
said,
know.
"Keep it clean."
You do your exercise before you get out of bed. That's good. Slow and steady wins the race.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. So I think that it all kind of comes into play, being mindful of our own fight or flight and mindful of that of others. Because, like I said, if anything got ugly, we'd be dealing with a lot of people's stress, and not everybody knows how to handle stress. For some people, it might even, some people are just anxious always.
That's great, Heather. I have never been that person.
Wow, me
You know,
neither.
my biggest problem is I've actually been going to bed earlier, right? I get in bed by 11.
Uh huh. That's
But
what I feel like my perfect time is too, Lisa.
yeah,
11, if I can get to bed by 11 and not stay up till midnight or 1, then I'm good. That's a good time for me.
exactly. And so I've been trying to get in bed by 11, between 10 and 11.
Mhm,
And um I just like I set an alarm for 6, right? But if I
mhm,
get up to go to the bathroom,
mhm,
right,
mhm,
at 5 o'clock or 3 o'clock,
mhm,
then that's it. I find that the second half of the night, I sleep like the dead and
mhm.
I can't get out of bed.
Oh, wow. Okay. I thought you were going to say something else.
Yeah.
If I wake up at 5:30, I'm kind of screwed. Like,
Yeah.
if it's 5:30 or later, chances are I'm going to be laying there trying to get back to sleep. And then I just remember, if anybody's ever played the Sims game, I played that with the girls when they were younger. They loved it. And I can remember that they got points for just resting on the couch. So I don't let myself get too stressed out while I'm laying there in bed. I'm like, well, at least I'm getting points by just, relaxing in bed,
Look up
even though I'm sleeping.
allostasis, Marianne says. Hold on a minute.
She said, what?
She said, look up allostasis.
Allostasis.
I'm looking
Okay.
it up.
Okay. Thank you, Lisa. I'll let you do that.
The
Stasis.
process of achieving stability through change, where the body adapts to stressors by altering internal states, blood pressure, heart rate, rather than keeping them constant. Unlike homeostasis set point model, allostasis uses predictive regulation, often led by the brain, to anticipate demands. Chronic stress causes allostatic load, a wear and tear on the body that leads to disease.
Oh,
Interesting. Thank you for that, Marianne.
yeah. That's one I need to write down.
The
Okay.
brain is the central hub.
The hypothalamus.
Yep.
I like that. It says a whole lot of things in one word.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Awesome, Marianne. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing that.
So we have to minimize our stress, and we have to be prepared to minimize it when we need to.
Yep.
And I mean, if you want to, I guess, like, if there was, well, maybe I shouldn't say that. Let me just say it like this. Did you know a turtle can die from too much stress?
A turtle?
Yes.
Like in, like,
A-
say, predator stress?
just stress.
Huh.
A turtle can die from too much stress.
That's
Well,
fascinating.
so can we as humans,
Yeah.
just more slowly, you know. And we might be very profitable customers, you know, to certain companies before that happens. But um, we want to not be stressed. I mean, and there is so many triggers out there for that it makes you wonder what is the intent. It's like, seriously, like a dog and pony show. That's just what I feel like is everything going on is kind of like that.
Yeah.
It's like a show. It's like all for show. Nothing's the way that they say it's going to be.
Uh, mm. Hold on. I'm trying to.
Find a creative way to say it.
Let's just say,
Yeah.
there's that financial thing that goes up and down.
Yes, I do.
It's being manipulated.
Okay, I just saw that. I just saw that.
Let's just leave it at that.
Yes, I
That
actually,
big centralized financial thing in New York.
yeah. Yeah.
It goes way up one day, it goes
Yeah.
way down the next.
Yes.
And it's all related
Yeah.
to a very long river. I'm going to say river
Yeah.
being closed.
Yeah.
But I know it's not a
And then
river,
opened
just so you know.
and then closed again
Yeah. Up, down, up, down.
with fireworks. Yeah, that. I saw that same thing, Lisa. And that we should be seeing some impacts or outcomes of that in our, ultimately in all of our pocketbooks within the next week or so. But we shall see if we decide we want to go fill up to go anywhere.
Yeah, no.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm staying home.
Mm-hmm.
There's less stress at home.
Yeah, there is.
And there's, like, you can stay informed without
What you
being
can,
inundated 24/7.
yeah, your best with what you can control in your home is what
I
Hillary said.
see the news as a snake.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. A venomous one.
A venomous one.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I want to keep going with that joke, but I'm not going to.
Cleaning, dancing, gardening, sewing, animals, and crafting.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks,
Oh, that's
Penny.
all the fun things. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah. Oh,
So
hair. I'm
my office,
shedding.
where my office, because we all know I work full time. So my
Yeah.
office is also my craft room. So I call this room my fun room. I should probably try to make it a little prettier, but I don't know.
As Devin would say, keep it clean, Mountain Grandma.
Yeah. Oh, Lisa, you're so funny.
Sorry, it was just too fun.
That was
I couldn't resist. I'm rarely that quick.
laughing is good for stress, by the way.
Oh, for sure.
I
Yeah,
kind of
that's
feel like herb wise, we should all be taking an adaptogen of some sort.
see, Devin agrees.
It is funny.
I got to tell you, one of the things that we love to do, because our house, the back of the house faces a main road, right? But the
Hmm.
front of the house faces the farm.
Uh-huh.
A lot of people don't realize that
Hmm.
till I do a tour, and then they're like, oh, I didn't know the farm was in front of the house.
Hmm.
Anyway, it's really a great setup that way.
Yeah.
So we have this little porch, and
Hmm.
we sit on the porch,
Hmm.
and we can see the boars, Grant and Norman, and a little bit of the girls and the babies.
Hmm.
And I got to tell you, just sitting on the porch makes us laugh
Hmm.
because it's like Norman has a total personal space thing.
Hmm.
And Grant puts his face right in Norman's face. And then
Hmm.
Norman starts screaming because he doesn't like it. He's not even being bothered. He just doesn't like him in his face.
Yeah.
I went out and sat on the porch because it was a beautiful evening, and it
Hmm.
was like, I don't know, between 9 and 10 last night, and I hear screaming
Oh no,
from
from
the
Norman.
pigs. You know what it was?
What?
The littles and the sows were outside laying down because it was a beautiful night
Uh-huh.
and it was pretty warm for them, and they
Hmm.
were all fighting for position.
Oh my
And
goodness.
then all of a sudden you hear tap, 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 tap as they walk up because they got done fighting.
Uh-huh.
And they're walking up the ramp to the barn,
Uh-huh.
and it's just that's the kind of stuff that makes my day.
Yeah, that's so cute.
I love summer because you can hear it inside. In the winter, you can't even hear it with the new windows,
Yeah.
but
Hmm. Yep. That's
that's
awesome.
our entertainment.
That's awesome.
Stress free.
Hmm. Hmm. And free.
Yeah. And yesterday we here's another one. Yesterday we had it's a simple life. Yeah, yesterday or the day before we found short ribs from 2022 in the
Hmm.
freezer. Rare that we missed something.
Hmm.
Sadly, the plastic, that was the year they wrapped it in plastic, vac sealed. Not a fan.
Uh-huh.
And it must have gotten a pinhole in it because the vac
Oh
seal
no. Yeah.
blew.
Hmm.
So it was so badly freezer burned, and I hate to
Hmm.
throw stuff out,
Hmm.
but it was bad. We
Mm.
defrosted it and we gave it to the chickens. So
There you go.
yesterday, the
There you go.
chickens were loving every minute of it.
Wow, that was a good
And
idea.
over comes a cat gnawing
Mhm.
on it.
Oh my goodness.
We were laughing.
Protein
That's
meal
it.
out for the animals.
Stress relief right there.
That's right.
You had
That
something else you wanted to point out earlier.
I was gonna point out, so with all of our stress, we need to prepare for that. And I
Yeah.
was even and we need to keep in mind that whatever we do now, we might need to change up later. We need to be flexible, and we need to learn to be flexible. Um, but even in terms of like I mentioned earlier, I think everybody should be on some kind of an adaptogen herb. Look it up. You can find one that's good for you. In our age group, I would say the ones that are probably the best is like holy basil or um, there's some that you have to watch out for. I love ashwagandha, but it's not for everybody because if you're hypothyroid, it could be contraindicated. But American ginseng, I mean, just look them up. You'll find one that's good for you. And I feel like everybody should do that. And maybe even be mindful and think of like adding a nervine herb to your day. It could be a chamomile tea. I mean, again, you got to be careful of which ones that you're working on. So there's things you can do to incorporate with herbs, but eating well, making sure that you're feeding your body the food that's good for it and not toxic to your body. And we don't need to go into all that because we all know what the stuff is. It's just good. That makes it hard. But, if you start looking at your food and think, and then ask yourself, is this really food or is this just chemicals? Is this just chemicals that they made that taste like food? Because that's what the case is with a lot of these. It's not even food. So we could do that. I'm stressed out due to another hospital buying the hospital I work for.
Yeah,
Jobs.
that's scary. There's so many
Mhm.
hospitals are always buying out and merging, and it's
Mhm.
I pray for your job security, Rachel.
Mhm. Yeah, me too, Rachel. Um, I mean, I'm not sure what area you work in, but so many hospital buyouts. Yes.
Start looking just in
What I
case.
was gonna
Just
say is there's a lot of it's a great industry to work in because there's
yep,
there's a lot of you know, job availability out there.
right.
Mhm.
Change is scary though.
Flexibility is an amazing sign of good mental health. It's hard to, yep, definitely hard to go with the flow.
Mhm.
So true, Lisa. But we need to work on that. And I think one of the ways that works, I feel like I'm pretty darn flexible.
Oh,
Um
you are.
and I think I'm a very curious person. And I think that if you
You are.
start to ask questions about what you see, why somebody else feels the way they feel, how you can address a certain situation or approach something, um, how you can find common ground, how you can mitigate risks. What could I do to make this less so in any regard? I mean,
Thanks,
there's
1
just so
million
many.
pumpkins.
Yeah, good to see you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad
Sorry,
that you're
Tammy.
enjoying it. No, that's okay. Um, But I think if you try to become more curious and start asking yourself questions, it also does a little shift in your brain. And I can tell you
Yeah.
um, one example, one example that I can, oh, and take notes. Like it sounds ridiculous, but I'll give you an example from my work experience. I was a manager and I had one of my employees, um, she was a pretty passionate person. She would get pretty excited, uh, maybe a little anxious. And I can remember her coming to me. I don't even remember. She was not happy with a process.
Mhm.
And when she started talking, I was going to say something. And she's like, please let me finish. I'm going to forget. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. I grabbed a pen and paper. I
Yep.
started taking notes because I was going to forget everything. And I said, please don't mind me taking notes. I'm going to forget everything I want to say if I have to say it. And I meant it. I wasn't upset. I wasn't angry.
Yep.
I wanted to hear what she had to say and I was concerned, but I didn't want her to be thinking about something in a way that maybe wasn't the reality. It was her perception. Back to that perception thing.
Right.
When I started taking notes, I got so calm because I was really looking for data points. I shifted from right brain emotional thinking to left brain, critical analysis. And that's what we got to do, guys. We got to get
Good
away.
point.
We can't always do the emotional brain side. And she started calming down too. She felt
Mhm.
validated. She felt heard, and it really went well, and it was a great learning experience for me, and I didn't even do it on purpose. I had to. It was one of those.
Right.
But we've got to do that. We've got to try to be flexible. So I guess getting curious is going to be a really good way of doing that. Hey, Christy Betts, good to
Hey,
see you.
Christy. No, I agree. I agree.
Hmm.
That's huge.
Hmm.
And
But
I
then,
think that's a really good thing is to,
mhm.
it's easy to see a post, a
Uh-huh.
reel, a short, a
Uh-huh.
video, a
Hmm.
news article,
Hmm.
and emotionally react to it. And
You have no opportunity to respond.
well,
And I think that's part of it too, Lisa. Like when you see things like that, my husband would be, if I give him the 411 on one of those, he'll be like, "You need to tell them this," and I'm like, "Babe, it's a news article. There's nowhere for me to. Nobody cares."
it's not even that.
Mhm.
You don't know if it's true.
Oh gosh, isn't that the truth?
So don't
Yeah.
waste your emotional
Yeah.
well-being on that,
Yeah.
right? Look up
Energy.
the facts before
And
you react.
yes, because your emotional energy. Because if you get taxed energy wise,
Ugh.
oh my gosh. Yeah. That it hits you. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And hold on. Um, so perception, be more curious. And guys, we can't stop there. Lisa and I both are on, we got to be prepared and follow a preparedness lifestyle with whatever you feel are the main things that you need to prepare with and prepare for. And for us, like our homestead, of course it's food, water, and you know, herbs, like, being able to address accidents, injuries, sickness, those kinds of things. And then my husband, he's like a walking risk management guy. He's always, we need to do this because this could happen. We need to do that. You need one of those. Like every homestead needs a risk management person that walks around, tries to mitigate risk. And that's what companies do. Like we need to, sometimes I think when we look at our lives, like as a person, as an individual, and we're organizing our life, we need to think about how a business would organize their company. And maybe some people aren't aware of these things, but get the most out of your life and think about what you can do that. What did she say?
You put Heather's comment on the screen.
Yep. And yep.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I
Amen to
can't
that.
change what's happening in the world.
No, nobody cares what we think.
I can't, but I
Mm-hmm.
can know that I can't change it.
Yep.
I can be
Hey,
even more
Charles.
prepared. Hey, Charles. What's that?
I
I have to do that for Mountain Grandma. She loves it.
know, and I love it when you do it. And I always think, should I try it? Nah, I won't be able to do it right.
I try to save the like real long ones for other times, but what's
Lisa does good.
that?
Yep. Perfectly said, Heather. Walk away from it and then just focus on what you can control.
Yeah,
Hmm.
exactly. And watch Charles at Bushcraft Families videos. He will tell you how to prepare
Yeah.
everything. Just go back in the archives.
Yeah. And he'll also keep you updated with what's
Oh,
going on. He's one of
in a
my
in a
main news feed.
calm, non-emotional, non-judgmental manner.
Yeah. Hmm.
That's what I love about his channel. He's not trying to scare you to death. He's just giving you
Hmm.
the 411.
Yeah. And he's encouraging.
Because yes, and because
Hmm.
I can't stand when people get on and they're like, the world's gonna blow up.
Yeah.
And then the world never blows up, and I'm like, yeah, I can't watch you anymore.
Yeah. Hmm.
So
That's
definitely the channel to watch.
absolutely.
And Mountain Grandma, she's always prepping something.
I have not. I've had finding balance is a challenge sometimes, and I mean, I want to go off on a tangent, but at the same time, it definitely applies to this because if you don't find balance, if you don't sometimes not do one thing because you need to do another,
Yep.
um, you're going to end up very stressed out because you're going to recognize all the things that you haven't done that you need to get done.
Oh,
So I did not get a video up last week. I'm going to get one up this week, and it's going to be Bushcraft Families Prepping Library Challenge. Lisa, do you want to be called out?
no, because I finally got 2 videos out in 2 weeks, and let's just call that a success.
I'm going to do that. That's going to be my video for this week that I got to work on, but I had to get some homework assignments done.
Yeah, I agree, Charles.
Mhm.
I'm putting my calendula salve on
Oh, awesome.
just because
Mhm.
my hands needed it.
Oh, good. As long as you just don't put it on your whole body.
I why?
I put because it encourages your lymphatic system to flow. And if you have, it's like a kind of like a detox kind of thing. Just drink lots of water if you do
Okay, well, first of all, I'm not gonna put it all over my entire body while we're online.
that. I know.
Second of all, I'd be out of calendula salve. So
I
that's
did that
working.
once. I felt kind of
Just my
awful.
hands and my lips.
Oh, yay, Deanna. I'm glad you got your seeds.
Yay.
Charles said too many people overdo the prepping thing. Yes. Yeah. Hmm. At first glance, I thought he said overdoing, like
Yeah,
over
no, no, no.
preparing. And I think that actually is a thing.
Oh yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
think I think that some people um have not have not been getting things in order. And you know, I think they should. How you say something without saying something.
Yeah.
Um,
Get your house in order.
yeah, like Lisa said. I think that some people have stepped away from doing that, and I think it's really important.
Reminds me of the Neutrogena ad for sesame body oil, 20 minutes in the nude. Trust me, I'll spare you. You're welcome.
Same.
You're welcome.
So we've got food, gardening, water,
Perception.
perception. Get yourself an adaptogenic herb or maybe a nervine. Look into it. Go watch my herbal study hall if you need ideas.
And calendula salve, just not all over.
Yeah. Yeah, that was actually like one of my I've got uh so I'm in a class, and this I'll show you. This is book 2. Okay.
Wow.
There's a book 1 like this and a book 3. And I have an extra book 1 I'm going to do as a giveaway for the My Home Apothecary collaboration this year. I'm going to give away book 1. But this is book 2. Um
Wow.
and so there's lots of like Chinese medicine recipes in there, and you know, different things some things I have not tried, but that's what I'm working through. And I did one, and I threw calendula into the recipe because I tweak them and then submit it and get like, my professor feedback on them.
That's
Decluttering.
awesome.
Do you see that?
Okay. So, yes,
So
amen
huge.
to this 1 million pumpkins, because here's one thing that I will tell you is clutter and chaos makes my brain chaotic.
Mm-hmm.
So, one of the things I will always tell people is if we know that there's going to be like a big snow, right?
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy snow days.
Mm-hmm.
I've missed them the past 2 years, but I love them.
Oh, I know.
So, but here's the thing, I will go through and clean my entire house, do the dishes, the
Mm-hmm.
dishwasher, do the laundry, get all that stuff done. Why? Because I feel calmer when it's
Yeah.
done. So I
Yeah.
have it all done and I
Mm-hmm.
can just sit there and watch the snow.
Yep. Oh, it's a wonderful school, Deanna.
Agreed, Heather. Agreed.
Yeah, we have to.
Yep. I agree. It's for us, it's become normal life too, Heather, since
Mm-hmm.
2020. We have not become
Yep.
complacent. And
Yep.
it's sad because I do see a lot of people becoming complacent and,
Mm-hmm.
or people who stopped homesteading since 2020 because they're just like, well, it's really just not helpful or whatever. And that's fine. That's their choice. And I get
Mm-hmm.
it,
Yeah.
but yeah, no.
Mm-hmm. Cleaners, maps, and being consistent.
Yep.
I
Yep.
could maybe up my game on the map department.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
It is a good one.
Like, we just moved, and while we might have a map of Missouri, we don't necessarily have one for the states around us. We knew all our way around when we were in Arizona. You know how that goes. Um,
Yep.
yeah, every season has its own urgencies.
Sure does.
100%. Mm-hmm.
Sure does. And the other reason that I do that stuff before the
Mm-hmm.
storm is, right, we don't often lose power, but if we lose power, I've got everything done,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel good
We're not
about that.
frantic.
What's that?
We aren't frantic.
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm. Some
Methodical.
households will be frantic.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
methodical.
It's like that book that we both have, Lisa, about the preparing food. And it says,
Yes.
in my basement where I keep all of my food, there I also keep my peace of mind.
Yep.
You remember that? That's
Yep.
it says it in that book. I like that.
Yep. Heather said a map of your property too for planting goals, whatnot. Smart. Heather is like on fire.
Hmm. Did you
She
see her video?
always
She did a great video out recently too.
she did on the torch.
Yeah,
Yep. She did
I
a
like
great job. Um, she always has great ideas too.
it. She does, and it's good to have one of those.
Yep.
Somebody who you can, and I want to encourage people to do that. So talk to someone, say, hey, here's what I got going on. It could be your goals for your homestead. It could be related very specific to gardening. It could be, I recently chatted with somebody who's also they're going to school to be a life coach, this person is. And we were just talking, and I was just telling her, yeah, here's the thing I'm thinking of. This is what I got going on. And, maybe I'm a little frustrated with this, and then she calls it in and she's like, well, that's because blah, 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 blah. And then, like, one thing she pointed out to me, she said that there was a study done on the most successful people in the world, I guess. I don't know where they were. Like, I don't know. There were some successful people. I'll just leave it at that. I don't know who they were or what they did. But she said they had 7 streams of revenue. 7 streams. I think maybe I was talking about, I don't know, maybe my YouTube, I work, blah, blah, blah. And Jamie, so are you. You
Yep.
are too, friend. I've
Jamie always
seen your
has good
videos. You're
input too.
smart. But 7 streams of revenue. I was like, really? So this is a thing? And I was like, so I was counting through, okay, I work, I got YouTube. And then she's like, well, you could do this and you could do this and you could do this.
Yep.
Like, giving me ideas for growth. And while that's my interest, that's my thing, I want to do something with I want to get my registered herbalist. I want to do something with that. Everybody's got
Right.
their own jam. You got your own jam going on. Okay. I have always believed everybody should have potential for a side hustle. Whether or not you have a side hustle, you should have potential for one. That's
Oh, absolutely.
it's a preparedness mindset. I can't help
Yep.
it. That's what I think.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, I
Excuse me.
think it would be good. I would encourage everybody to do, like, this week. Here's your homework. Look into adaptogens. There's probably one that's good for you. And that sounds funny, but it helps you mediate and mitigate stress. It helps
Yep.
that bell in your brain to quit ringing the bell over nonsense. Okay. That's what it does. It reserves the ringing of the bell for, like, really, things that you can control. It helps
Listen
that.
to her go.
And the other thing I think that you should do is, get with somebody and talk to them about your plans and your goals and your frustrations. That
Yep.
would be, I think, a really, really good advice there. That's my
Yep.
really good advice. I think it's really good advice. Whether or not you guys do, I don't know. But I think that's what you should do this week. If you want to help your stress, because if you have a plan, maybe some stress is coming in because you're not sure. Maybe you're feeling some of the things I am. According to the person I talked to, she's like, a lot of people are feeling like this. So maybe some of you are. But go and talk to somebody and do that. Adaptogen herbs, and talk to somebody about your plan for your future. Jeremiah 29:11. I have plans for you. I'm going to be like Andale Homestead. Plans for good stuff, not bad stuff. Plans for a future and hope. So if you
I love
talk
it.
the plan through, then somebody's going to call out some things that they see, maybe things that you didn't consider, give you new ideas. Ask Heather. She's like loaded with ideas.
We have 1 minute left, so I wanted to see if anybody had any questions.
Yes. Any questions?
Hi,
Hey, I'm
Matilda.
doing the first ever Name That Herb game on my herbal study hall tonight. I'm so excited.
Exciting.
And here's
Name
me.
that herb.
Name that herb. And here's me. Can I make a game out of this? Like a real one? Maybe a board game or a dice game or something?
That's fun.
But for now, it's just on YouTube. And
It's
I've
all
got
right.
herbs with questions picked out. I try to think big.
You could do a flashcard.
A flash that would be oh, I could take this and turn it into like cards. I think it's a card game or something. I don't know. Fun stuff.
Heather's like, yes.
But for now, it's on YouTube and it's going to be a little game. I think it'll be fun for everybody. I got 20 herbs. Name that herb. I'm going to give away prizes.
Ooh, tune in tonight.
Yeah. So that's
Herb
my big
Alpert, Tijuana Brass theme song.
Herb Alpert Tawana
I
brass
can name
themes.
that herb in 2 sniffs.
2 snips.
That's funny. All right, well, we are
Valerian.
at time.
Anybody who knows valerian's going to get that joke. Sniff a valerian root. Oh my goodness. Smells like dirty feet. All right, guys.
Thanks for being here, everybody.
Yeah, thank you. This was fun. Next week on Yogi Hollow Farm.
We'll see you next week.
Our channel. And if you all have any hot topics that you'd like us to chat about, let us know. Hope you all have a great week. Go do the things, adaptogens, and talk to a friend.
And leave a comment under this video if you have topics that you want us to
Yes.
cover.
Yep, do that. See y'all next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye.